ITA for stopping financial support to my mom after 5 years, even though she's telling everyone I abandoned her. Let me start by saying I know how this sounds. I sound like a heartless kid who cut off their aging mother, but I've lived this hell for years, and I honestly don't know if I'm the villain anymore. I 29F have been paying my mom's rent, utilities, groceries, and phone bill for the past 5 years. It started when I was 24, fresh out of college, working my first real job. She just got evicted again and guilt tripped me hard. You wouldn't leave your mother homeless, would you? After everything I gave up for you. You owe me. At the time I thought, yeah, she raised me. It's the least I can do. My dad was out of the picture, my older brother moved across the country and cut contact years ago, smart guy, and my younger sister was still in high school. I felt like I had to step up. So I did, I paid her bills. I went without vacations, stopped going out, lived in a tiny apartment, and skipped on saving for a house or even a decent car. And every time I sent her money, it came with a side of venom. You think you're so special because you have a job. You're still the same selfish little brat who ruined my life. I should have aborted you when I had the chance. She said that last one on Christmas 2 years ago. I wish I could say that was the breaking point, but it was. I just cried in the bathroom and went back to setting up the dinner table she never helped with. What finally broke me was my birthday this year. I invited her out to dinner, my treat of course, and she showed up an hour late, drunk, and told the waitress I was her lazy daughter who only calls when she needs something. I sat there frozen. The waitress gave me a pitying look and I just snapped. I didn't make a scene, I didn't yell. I quietly asked for the check, paid for her untouched food, drove her home, and when I got back to my apartment I blocked her number after I texted her. Cold turkey. I can't do this anymore. I've supported you for 5 years while you insulted, humiliated, and emotionally abused me. You've never once thanked me or treated me like your daughter. I'm done paying your bills. I'm done letting you treat me like this. Do not contact me again. She didn't reply. I felt a mixture of guilt and freedom. Like I could breathe for the first time in years. But then came the calls from everyone else. From Aunt Lisa, she said you kicked her out on the street. Is that true? From my cousin Emma, you're just going to abandon your own mother. She's family. Even my boss pulled me aside at work. Turns out my mom showed up at my office building crying. She says she's going to die alone, he told me. She's scared and doesn't know why you cut her off. I was furious. She told the entire family I left her with no warning, that I refused to help her buy food, that she was on the verge of living under a bridge because her ungrateful daughter stopped helping. Not a word about the years of bills I covered, not a word about the abuse. I sent screenshots of every payment I'd made over the years to my aunt, my cousin, and my boss. I even attached the email I'd sent her. My aunt apologized. My cousin didn't respond. My boss looked uncomfortable and told me to take a few mental health days. The twist. My older brother, the one who cut her off years ago, called me. I told you, he said. She'll bleed you dry and then blame you for the mess. I'm sorry you had to learn the hard way. We talked for 3 hours. It was the first real conversation we'd had in almost a decade. He told me everything. How she pawned his guitar when he was 17, how she threatened to call the cops on him when he refused to give her rent money, how she faked illnesses to get sympathy. He'd gone no contact and never looked back, and for the first time, I understood why. It's been 3 months. I still get the occasional guilt text from distant relatives, but most have gone quiet. Mom hasn't tried to contact me again. My sister, now 20, is staying with a friend while she saves to move out. She called me last week and said, I didn't know it was that bad for you. I'm sorry. I cried after we hung up, like ugly cried, because someone finally got it. I'm not proud of cutting off my mother, but I'm proud I finally chose myself, and if that makes me the villain in her story, so be it. Well, ITA for choosing my own peace.